Hey martial arts family, welcome to week 1 of Takedowns. So we're starting our new takedowns block. So we're gonna kind of just work into it nice and easy. If you haven't done takedowns before, we'll kind of get you all squared away. If you have, then fantastic, we have some exciting takedowns for you to be doing. So we're gonna touch on some new kicks. We've got a couple of steps of our new form, and then of course we'll be working on our takedowns. So first thing we need to do is just get all warmed up. So let's start with running in place. So let me see hands up. Pick one foot up, make sure you have some good balance. Good, other foot. Ooh, ooh. Good, other foot. Other foot, other foot, other foot. Run in place, run in place, run in place. Good, all right. We're gonna switch to high knees. So you just bring your hands up. Make sure your knees are hitting your hands. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. Very good. Go ahead and lay down. We're gonna do something called bicycles. So we're gonna pretend like you're on a bike. You're just riding your bike. Pushing the pedal, so in and out, and in and out. Head off the ground and hands in if you can, or on your head or whatever. We just don't want to be sleeping riding a bike, that'd be a bummer. Good, let me see backwards. Can you ride it backwards? Is that?
Never tried.
I think there are certain bikes you can't ride backwards. Good, egg beaters, so in and out, in and out. Just making big circles with your legs. Your hips should kind of be rotating. And other way. Good, 3, 2, 1, and break. Let's go ahead. We're gonna stand up, hands behind your back, nice, confident. Yes, sir. Ready, get set, and stand up.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Next up, we're gonna work on some kicks, really, but we're not doing them for the kicking purposes. We're doing them for stretching out purposes. So we're gonna jump into our guarding stance. Yeah, let's try. Ready? And go. Yeah. Perfect. So we're gonna be doing a straight leg kick. If you don't know straight leg kick, you keep your legs straight. You pull your toes back. That's a straight leg kick. So I'm just gonna swing it up and back down. Now your first kick, I do not expect to be your highest kick. We're warming up. So we're stretching out our leg. We're warming it up. So it could go low and then a little bit higher and then a little bit higher. We're gonna do 4 on each side. So each time I want you to go just a tiny bit higher. We don't want to go anywhere crazy. We don't want your leg falling off. Ready? And 1. So it comes up and back. Good. Yeah, you can definitely set your own targets if you like. Ready? 2. A little bit higher. Make sure we're pulling those toes back. 3. A little bit higher. And 4. Good. Switch feet.
Yeah.
All right, same thing. Ready? 1. Maybe knee or waist level. 2. A little bit more. 3. A little bit more. And 1 more. Ready? 4.
Yeah.
Good. Switch feet.
Yeah.
This time we're gonna do the same, very similar kick. Straight up and down, but this time we're gonna do a crescent kick. So instead of just going straight up and down, it's gonna come to the side, still coming up and down though. We're just gonna go to the side, kind of like you're just swinging your hips while you're doing your straight leg kick. All right? So we're gonna start here, bring it around, back leg kicking. Ready? 1. Nice big crescent kick, big circle. And again, you can start small and work your way up. Ready? 2. 3. 1 more. Ready? And 4. Kia! Good. Switch feet.
Yeah.
Same thing. So back legs making a circle. Ready? 1. 2. 3. And 4.
Yeah.
Kia! Excellent. Switch feet.
Ha.
Now we're going to put it all together. This is the challenge. Okay? So do your best. If you can't pull it off, that's okay. We just keep practicing until we get better. We're going to do a straight leg kick into a crescent kick. We're not going to set our foot down in between. So I'm going to swing my leg up. It's going to go up and down. I'm going to bring it down. It's not going to touch the ground, but it is going to do a crescent. So it's straight leg kick, crescent kick, all in one. So we're really working on our muscles being able to hold our leg in a certain position. At the same time, it's going to help us stretch our leg out and warm up. Ready? And 1. So straight leg kick, and then crescent kick. Good. We're just going to try 3 on each side. Ready? 2. Straight leg, crescent. Nice. And go. Very good. Switch feet. Yeah. We're going to try it again. So straight and crescent. Now, if you're really good at these, the nice thing is you can always add more because it's just a control kick. So you can crescent kick again and crescent kick again, and then also a side kick and front kick, and you can add whatever you want to it. Let's try it again. Ready? And go. So straight, crescent. Good. 2 more. Ready? Go. Straight, crescent. One more time, try and keep good posture, hands in, and go. Kia, very good, excellent job. Let me see Chibi's dance. And bow. Whew, I'm kind of warmed up. We're gonna start stretching just a little bit. So let's go ahead and sit down. Open your feet up nice and wide. Toes up, knees straight. We're just gonna reach down to the middle. Reach, reach, reach. You can just crawl your hands out. You should be pretty well warmed up. You still need to stretch just a little bit, just in case. It'll help us get a tiny bit more flexible. We really want to just be safe. Let me sit down to your toes. Good, and other way. Excellent. Both feet out in front. All right. Hands in the air, breathe in. And down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and both feet in for butterfly. So you flap your wings, roll your head and neck around. Other way. Nose down to your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Excellent. We're gonna stand up, nice, confident. Yes, sir. Ready, get set, and stand up.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Let me see Chumbi stance. Hands, feet together, and bow. In our striking, we're gonna be talking about 2 kicks that are really, really fast. So we'll talk about kind of how our body position needs to be, how our toe position is, and then we'll give a couple of tries. So we're gonna jump into our guarding stance. Nice, confident. Kia's ready, and go.
Kia.
Perfect. So we're going to start with a front leg front kick. Now, front leg, back leg. Okay. The advantage to the back leg is it's more powerful. Front leg a lot of times is faster. So what we're trying to do with any front leg kicks a lot of times is speed. So I say that, but at the same time, it's important that we get our technique correct. I don't want you to just try and kick as fast as you can on our first day and you're maybe doing the kick not quite perfect. So let's try and get it perfect and then we'll talk about how to get it faster. Now, for our front kick, I need to make sure, especially on our front leg front kick, I need to make sure that my weight is appropriate. If right now I've kind of got my feet, I've got my weight split 50-50. If I pick a leg up, I'm gonna fall. And so the problem is if Mr. Craig is my bad guy and I try and pick my foot up to kick him, I either fall or I have to readjust my weight to kick him and I'm either too far away or he's coming in when I'm moving backwards and that's kind of a problem too. So I need to be able to just pick it up and kick it out. So we're gonna try just a little bit of a balance drill. So you're in your guarding stance. I want you to put your weight on your back foot. So if you can see my belt kind of shifts back onto this back leg. And when that happens, I can pick my foot up whenever I want. I can leave it up there all day or I can put it down, pick it up, put it down. So I can kick whenever I like, okay? So I want you to give that a try. Now, once you're feeling good with that, then we can do our kick. So let's try that. We're gonna do our front kick. Our knee's gonna come straight up. We wanna at least belt high. If it's higher, that's great. Foot is pushed out and toes are pulled back. We're gonna push it out, bring it back. We're not kicking up and down, we're kicking in and out, okay? So I'm here, we're gonna pick it up, kick it out. We don't want kick, we do want kick, all right? So let's give it a try. On count, the kick should be fast. I'll leave a little bit of time in between so that you can kind of reset. Ready? And 1, Kia. Good. 2, Kia. Make sure those toes are correct. 3, Kia. Make sure that weight's not shifting. It should already be back. And 4, Kia. Good. Switch feet.
Yeah.
Now that weight shift is really great for a front leg kick, but it's terrible for a back leg kick. Right now I couldn't kick with my back leg because I can't move it. I would just fall. So we don't always want to be in this position. We want to be in this position when we're throwing a front leg kick. All right, let's try it. We're still throwing that front leg front kick though. Ready? And 1, Kia. 2, Kia. Good posture is also really going to help if you're kind of bent over, you're sideways. Whenever you kick, you lean back, then you're going to have a little bit of weight problems because we want to keep everything straight up and down right over that leg. Ready, go. Kia. Let's try one more. And go. Kia. Nice. Switch feet.
Yeah.
Same thing, but with roundhouse this time. So for our roundhouse, that knee comes up, I'm pointing my toes, and I want to hit with this chunk of my foot right here, my leg. All right? So that weight is transferred back, my knee comes up. This time it comes up sideways, and then it opens and closes like a door. We're trying to hit our bad guy right here. All right? Let's give it a try. Make sure that weight is appropriately back. And 1, kia. Good. Ready, 2, kia. 3, kia. If you can do it slow, you can definitely do it fast. And 4, kia. Good. Switch feet.
Yep.
Same thing. Let's make sure these kicks are as perfect as they can be. Ready? And 1, kia. Good. And 2, kia. 3, kia. One more. And 4, kia. Very good. So that's kind of our front leg, back leg kind of deal. So we need to have our weight on the back if we're kicking with our front leg. And those kicks should be faster as long as we have good technique and everything's looking sharp. That way we can just kick super speed if the bad guy's coming in at us or going out or opens their arm up, whatever the opportunity is. Let me see Chummy stance. Hands, feet together, and bow.
All right, guys, today working on our forms. We're going to be starting a new form. We're going to work on the first 2 steps today. The name of this form is Kicho. Kicho, K-I-C-H-O. You don't need to worry about how to spell it, but I do want you to get used to that name, so when I say the name Kicho, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So there's kind of 2 main focuses we have during our forms. We have the upper body, our hands, and we have our lower body, which is going to be our stances. So let's go ahead and start with our hands, and then we'll focus in on the stance. So working on our hands first, we're going to do something called a fold and an aim. So my aim is where one hand comes up. So we're going to go ahead and take our right hand and bring it up. Our left hand is going to be our fold. That one's going to come up to our shoulder, kind of like this. So we aim and we fold. So my left hand is getting ready to do a down block. So my left hand from the shoulder is going to go down. As that goes down, my aiming hand comes back to my hip. So we're doing 2 things at once. I go down as I pull back to my hip. Let's practice just that first. So go ahead, fold and aim, and we're going to block. And then reset, let's try it again. Block. This is called a down block. One more time, block. Very nice. So a big part of forms is doing multiple things at the same time. What that's going to do is it's going to increase our focus, right? I have to be completely focused on my block and my pullback, right? But I have to do that simultaneously, so it requires me to get more conscious of my body here. Awesome. So once we've got that down, now we're going to work the lower body, what's called a front stance. It's how we're going to stand the entire time during the form Kicho. All right, so for this stance, we're going to go feet open nice and wide. We're going to take one foot. Let's go ahead and step our left foot forward, kind of like this. I want all 10 toes to the front, so I don't want this back leg turned sideways. I want the heel pushed out. Toes forward, same thing with that front foot, toes forward, so they're facing this direction. From here, I'm going to bend my front knee. I want my knee over my toes, not bent in like this, but open. I also want to have a back straight up, right? I don't want to be leaned forward here. So my back is straight up, my front knee is bent, my back knee stays straight, all 10 toes to the front, and then my feet are wide. Some common mistakes that I see is people stand like this, right? And so I do have my front knee bent, my toes are to the front, but I'm like standing on a surfboard or like I'm balancing on a beam, right? And we're gonna fall, we have no balance. So again, feet wide, step forward, bend the front knee. Make sure there's enough space that you can see between your legs here. Good, back up straight. From here, let's insert that block. All right, remember we fold at our shoulder, we aim with our other hand, and then while in my stance, I pull back and down block. I'm blocking over this leg. That's going to be a consistent theme during the form. One more time, staying in the stance, fold, block. On the first move of our form, we always say kia. So let's try that right here. Fold your hands, I'm going to say go, we're going to down block, and kia. Ready? Go! Kia! Kia! Very nice. That's the first step. So we have the hands work, we have the footwork. One other aspect of our form is we need the direction, right? So one part, it's a pattern. So we're gonna go left, right, and forward. Let's start working to the left, okay, this direction. I'm gonna do it towards you right now. We'll turn around and do it the other way so you can follow along here in just a moment, okay? So starting in our chumbi stance, we make fists, hands go in front of us, we're relaxed, we're ready to go. We fold, we aim. I'm gonna step to my front stance. So my left foot is gonna step back, and I'm gonna turn towards my left. Now from here, my front knee bends, my back knee stays straight, my feet are wide, and we down block.
Kia.
That's step one, so we kia. Let's try it one more time as a team. Go ahead and do it with me here. Chumbi, fold, step, kia.
Kia.
There we go. That's step 1. We're gonna go ahead and add step 2 from here, and then we'll turn around and do it the other way so you can follow along behind us. From here, this down block, we're gonna aim. So my blocking hand is just gonna come up and point in front of me. My back leg steps forward, still in a front stance, but now my feet are switched. So the right knee is bent. I'm gonna switch my hands and punch with the hand on my hip. That's step 2. Let's try it one more time from the top here. Chumbi, fold. We're gonna turn to our front stance. Kia.
Kia.
Aim. You're gonna step forward, switch the hands, and punch. No kia on the second step, just that first step. Okay, let's try it one more time. We're gonna face the other way so you can follow the lefts and rights along with us here. So starting in your chumbi stance, fold your hands, turn, kia.
Kia.
Aim, step forward, punch. Good. Check your stance. The front knee's bent, the back knee's straight, feet are wide, back up straight. Very nice. Those are the first 2 steps of Kicho. So I want you to take some time to practice that, not just that one time. Feel free to pause the video, or maybe after class is over, go through it a few more times. I want you to feel confident at doing those 2 steps today, so that way next class we can possibly add on more, add some more detail, become even better at it, right? Take time now to feel confident next time. Great job, guys. Let me see chumbi stance. Hands, feet together, bow. All right, guys, go ahead, have a seat, grab some water. I want to continue talking about our word of the month. So we just started a new word. Do you remember what it is? We're talking about
Attitude.
attitudes, right? So last class we discussed how an attitude is something that where we choose to act on our feelings, right? All right, pop quiz. Are feelings and attitude the same? Answer it, answer it. Oh, go ahead and say it out. Are feelings and attitude the same?
No.
No, they're not, right? The difference is that we really can't control our feelings. We feel those things, right? It's like if someone pokes you, you don't choose whether or not to feel that. You feel that. But what you choose to do after that happens, if somebody pokes me, right, I feel them poke me, but what do I do about that? Do I get mad? Do I poke them back? Or do I have a good attitude about it, right? And of course, our goal is to have a good attitude. I would really say there are only 2 types of attitudes. There are good attitudes and bad attitudes. Now there are a lot of different types of feelings, right? Mad, sad, maybe frustrated or stressed, right? There's a lot of different feelings, but we kind of choose to have a positive or a good attitude or a negative or a bad attitude, right? So I would say everyone probably wants to have a good attitude, right? You probably enjoy being around people that have good attitudes, not people that have bad attitudes. So it's our goal is to practice having a good attitude no matter what. So something we're going to be working on as we work towards black belt excellence is black belt attitudes, right? And a black belt attitude is being positive no matter how we feel. Even if we're sad, we still choose to have a good attitude. We treat others politely even when maybe we're feeling angry. So we're going to continue working on that. Remember, I say attitude is, and you say everything. Attitude is
everything.
Awesome job, guys. Let's get back up and moving.
Beginning in our takedowns block, we're going to start nice and easy with what to do when we get taken down. So we're going to learn rules first. Rules are fun because they look cool, it's good exercise, but also it's very important to know for our takedowns so we're being safe when we're actually doing them. So we're going to start first with a backwards roll, which I think is easiest. It's nothing too crazy. We're going to break it down, and then as you are able to be more comfortable and build up more speed, they actually get easier. I would highly recommend you use a carpeted surface for this if you can, or somewhere soft, because doing this on hardwood really doesn't feel super great. So we're going to start with a backwards roll. So we'll start just squatting down. And you can just open your feet up decently well. And when we hit the ground, we want to hit hips, then shoulders, and then our hands. We don't want our head to hit the ground at all if we can. So I'm going to tuck my head kind of to the side. And what's going to happen is as I roll backwards, my feet are going to go down here. So let me show you first what I'm talking about. I'm going to go hips, shoulders, hands, then my legs are going to go over where my head was. And I don't need any momentum really. You might, I've had a lot of practice. With more momentum, it does make it easier. But just slow, I'm here, I'm going to take my feet, I'm going to stick them together, I'm going to throw them over, and I'm going to come up. Like I said, if you do it faster, it does get easier, but we need to make sure we have the technique before we try and do it quickly. So let's try it again. We're just squatting down. And actually, if squatting down is kind of scary for you, you can start just sitting like this. That's totally great. We just want to find out if somebody's pushing you backwards or they're taking you down, they're dropping you backwards. We don't want you to fall on your head or stick your arm out. Both of those are a bummer. So head goes to the side. You're going to roll back, hands go down. And if you need a little bit of momentum, you just swing your legs a little bit faster. And you go over your shoulder. Just like that. So that can take some practice. Common mistakes are you come up and then you go, oh, I can't go any farther. You might need a little bit of speed. You might also need to tuck your head to the side. A lot of times people leave their head right in the middle and they'll try and throw their legs over their head and they can't get over. It's because their head is blocking the way. So you gotta turn your head and stick your feet to the side. Okay? Other common mistakes. Our hands can be up a little bit too high, so it's actually preventing us, so we want them down here by our sides. I'm gonna tuck my head, and then as my feet come over, my hand rolls over just a little bit. It's kind of natural, but we just want to roll over that shoulder. So it can be a little bit challenging, but it just takes some practice. Got to make sure we're getting all the details correct. If you're having difficulty, you can definitely video yourself, and I can troubleshoot it and tell you maybe what we need to fix and all that kind of good stuff. So we've tried it sitting down, we've tried it squatting, we're going to try it standing up, which is a little bit scary, but it's definitely doable. And if we break it down so it's safe, then you can do it too. So I'm going to stand in kind of a fighting stance here. You can stand and you can do it just like this as well, but this is probably a little bit more accurate to what will be happening. So I'm here, I'm going to squat down, and I'm going to push back with my feet, which gives me a little bit of momentum going this way. So I don't just sit straight down, I push back, my hands go out, my head goes to the side, my feet go over the top. And then you can come to your knees, or you can hop up into your guarding stance. Just like that. Nothing too crazy. So I want you guys to pause the video, practice, practice, practice. If you need some help, let me know. Make sure we're being safe. We've got a soft surface to try this on. We're going to move on to our forwards roll, which I think is maybe a little bit more challenging, but sometimes less scary. Sometimes people can do their forwards roll and not their backwards, or vice versa. It just really depends. Everybody can do them. Just usually there's one that we find it to be a little bit more natural. So we're going to do our forwards roll. We're going to start with one leg in front and one leg in back. We're just kind of up like this. You'll take your hands, put them together and make a diamond. We're going to turn your diamond sideways, and then we want to bring it back towards your body. So we don't want your foot too far out. We don't want it too far in. Just kind of a nice 90-degree angle. And want your hands to be kind of maybe by your heel or closer back to your leg. So here like this, we're going to bend your arms, and we want to try and keep a nice circle going here. So when the ground hits, I'm not going like that, okay? We don't want any hard impact. I'm going to roll, and the ground is going to continuously contact through my shoulder, down my back, and then through this foot here. As my feet go over my head, I want to swing it over like a mohawk. Okay, so I'm here, head tucks down into the side a little bit because we don't want to hit our head. I'm going to roll. I'm going to try and go as slow as I can. Roll, 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 roll. Through. And you can land like this, or you can switch your feet and stand up into your guarding stance. Let's try it again. I have a couple different tips and tricks for you. One more time first though. So I'm here, comes down, tuck your head, bring it over. I'm going to push off my back foot. I want to make sure that I'm rolling here, not on my head, and up. Okay? Nice tip, if you're having some trouble, when your hands are out, it can be a little bit scary to kind of go over here, especially if your arms are out wide. It feels like you're jumping into it. So you want to keep everything nice and close, but you can remove this hand, and kind of a little trick you can do is you can reach through the middle. Now, instead of rolling on this shoulder, I'm going to be rolling on this shoulder instead. So if you want, you can switch feet and roll on the same shoulder. If you're just trying to hit the one side, that's great. Or you can do the other, but it'll come through, and then that way you can put your arm down. You don't really have to worry so much about falling onto that shoulder. You can just come down and put your shoulder down and roll over the top. You can also, if you have somebody with you, they can help. Do you mind getting in that position for me, Mr. Crane? Yes, sir. It's helpful to have somebody with you if you're a little bit worried about this. He's going to have this arm go through, and I'm going to help tuck his head, and I'm going to grab his arm, and I'm just going to help him through, okay? You can also, if you'll go back to our original position with the diamond hands and everything, I can also tuck his head, make sure that he's rolling on this. I'm going to help him over with his belt, and I can help him roll over. Sometimes we get kind of stuck and we don't have the momentum and we're just kind of stuck there. So that person can help you through. And then once you feel more confident, you can push off your feet to give you that momentum. You can do the same thing from standing. You don't need to master it today by any means. But we're here, my hands are gonna go down, bend my knees, roll, and back up, okay? So that is how we do our forwards and backwards roll. Practice, practice, practice. We'll get a little bit better each time. Let me see Chumi stance. Hands, feet together, and back. For our kicking game today, we're gonna see who's kicking the fastest. We're gonna kind of train that reaction time so that we can be the ones that are kicking the fastest. So if you're a beginner, then we're probably doing a front leg front kick, a front leg side kick. If you're an intermediate, maybe we're doing a lunging kick. If you're advanced, maybe we're doing a double lunging kick. And so that's what I want you to do. We're gonna start with beginner, and you can modify the drill to fit whatever kicks you wanna practice. They don't even have to be front leg kicks. You can do a back leg kick, you can do a spinning kick, you can do a jumping spinning kick, but we're gonna do a front leg kick today because those are generally fastest for us. So I'm gonna start in my guarding stance. Mr. Craig's gonna be my pad holder. He's just gonna hold that. You can use a pillow at home or whatever. If you don't have a partner, you can just react to Mr. Craig, okay? So we're gonna jump to our guarding stance. I'm gonna Kia, ready? And go! Kia! So from here, I wanna make sure that my weight is not 50-50. I need to bring my back leg up. So my weight is on that back leg. I'm gonna start with a front leg front kick just to test it out, make sure we've got it, make sure I don't smash my toes. I've got my toes pulled back, my foot's pushed out, so I'm gonna pick it up and kick it out, and okay, everything's good. So I pick it up, kick it out. With that front leg kick, I can kick pretty quick. So when my partner calls, we're just gonna do 4 kicks. When he calls 1, 2, 3, or 4, I'm gonna kick it out, and then we'll make it a little bit more challenging. 1, Kia! 2, I want you to try and beat me. 2, Kia! 3, Kia! 4, Kia! Okay, so now we're gonna react to our partner. He's gonna hold the pad flat. Whenever he picks it up, I'm gonna kick. So if you have your own partner at home, you can pause the video, and whenever they pick it up, you kick it. Now it could be with the kick that I'm doing, it could be whatever kick you want it to be, or it could be various kicks. Maybe he holds it up, and instead of a front leg front kick, I do a side kick. I do a turn back kick. Right? There's a lot of kicks that I can do with a pad that's facing forwards. I'm gonna do just my front leg front kick today. Kia! 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 Very good. So we're gonna add level 3 to the drill. So level 1 is just kicking it. Level 2 is reacting when he moves. Now this time I have to be a good sparring distance, and I have to follow him. So he's gonna be moving around, and I have to make sure I'm always within the correct distance to throw that kick. If I let him go a little too far, when he picks it up, I won't be able to kick it. If I'm too close to him when he picks it up, I'm gonna jam my leg. I'm not gonna be able to kick it. I'm gonna be right here. Right? It's not gonna work. So I have to stay at the correct distance while we're moving so that anytime when he picks it up, I'm ready to go. Remember, when I'm stepping forwards or backwards. I'm not walking down the street. I'm gonna get caught halfway in between and I'm not gonna be able to kick. Let's try. Ready? And go. Kia! 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 And Kia! So hopefully you guys are able to do that drill with somebody at home. If you're going solo, you can move around, and every time you hear me Kia, I want you to kick as quickly as you can. Great job, Dan. Very impressed. Let me see Chumi stance. Hands, feet together, and bow.